you find yourself unable to relax as you've always done when you sit down to play a video game after you return from school or work? You sit down, grab your controller, take a deep breath, and realize that instead of the joy and happiness of getting into a game, you start to feel anxiety and stress. That's actually gaming fatigue, an uncomfortable state of being when you seem like you can't enjoy gaming as you once did. Gaming fatigue is also known as gaming burnout, which I've talked about before. However, in that video, I talked about the psychological aspects of burning out from games, but what about the physical ones? Perhaps gaming fatigue is not only about your subconscious telling you to take a break from gaming, but also about your body saying that as well. So in this video, I'll cover the physical aspects of gaming fatigue and burnout. As mentioned, gaming fatigue occurs when your body is telling you, come on dude, this is not healthy. You have to stop sitting around for so long and start moving. Use your limbs. In a way, it's really cool as your body is literally trying to save you and acts like your friend, giving you advice and wishing the best for you. Usually the physical symptoms of gaming fatigue appear because of lack of quality and or quantity of sleep, eating junk food because of gaming, not exercising enough, or let's be honest, at all, having bad posture, and eye strain. Neglect these natural physical needs of your body and you have your result, gaming fatigue. Maybe you have a problem with some or all of the mentioned things. In either case, beginning to understand which physical aspects you ignore or neglect and trying to fix them can minimize or prevent gaming fatigue. So, how do you do it? Let's start with a general piece of advice. You need to take breaks. No matter if you have a bad diet, sleep problems, or you don't exercise enough because of gaming, the main problem is always not moving enough and not being healthy. Start by taking a 10-minute break for every hour you game to stretch, go outside, or just do anything else besides sitting. It's also important that this break is from all digital devices. This constant immobility is not natural for the human body, and we are made to move. So stand up and walk around more. Exercising is the best way you can counter the negative effects of this sedentary lifestyle. This doesn't mean that you need to run a marathon for every Overwatch game you lose, but just begin moving. So much more. Exercise could be just going on walks, or it can be joining a sports team to play basketball, football, or baseball. It can even be joining martial arts or whatever you might be interested in. The key is to find something that you like to do and which could be done with the least amount of resistance. That means it's much easier to follow through on. If you don't like to do cardio by just running, perhaps having that social and game element like playing basketball could be good for you. For me, I love to be in the water, so swimming is a great one. On the other hand, if you enjoy your company more and like battling against yourself, going to the gym could be a great way to do that. In fact, the gym can be one of the best ways you can start replacing your need for achievement that you get from games.
That competitive nature inside of a young man is still alive, but it's just being used on the wrong things. For me, the absolute best thing that someone like in my shoes could have done, and it was something I actually quite liked doing from a young age anyway. I like the idea of the gym. It's a gym because video games are numbers driven. You know, you look at the numbers, they're going up and you're like, dopamine, you know, awesome. The gym's the same. If you go about the gym in the correct way, you have a routine, you have your numbers which you're tracking, you know. You can say, last session, I did a 50 kg bench press for 12 reps. You have the numbers there. There's that competitive edge, and you're like, okay, I did 12 last time. I'm going to do 13 this time. And the benefits are immediately tangible because the sense of achievement you get after you've had a good gym session, you feel it immediately. Much like how you do with video games. If you get a 7 kill streak on COD, you get that sort of dopamine straight away, like, oh, I get to call in my Harrier strike now. You get a sense of achievement immediate with the gym. I think the gym is an absolutely incredible start point for people who are much addicted to video games, because that's where I started.
Just take a moment to think about what would be best for you, because not moving can no longer be an option. Also, begin fixing your diet. Although this doesn't come in the category of not moving, which gaming fatigue usually comes from, not eating healthy can be a major health risk, and it also compounds your different issues. In most cases, gaming for long periods of time means less time to prepare healthy meals, and so junk food and soft drinks are chosen to consume. If you can't just make yourself prepare food, at least don't snack while you game, and replace your soft drinks with water to actually stay hydrated. You can add a bit of lemon for some sweetness. Not moving enough and eating bad quality food results in developing sleep problems. You have to understand that sleep is the most important thing for your body. Now you might be saying, well, I sleep a lot, but when it comes to proper sleep, not only the number of hours you sleep matters, but also the quality and regularity of your sleep. Gaming for the whole night or for long periods of time and then sleeping after not moving your body much and having consumed a bunch of junk food and caffeine results in horrible sleep, especially if you're going to bed after midnight. So begin by developing a consistent sleep schedule. Again, ideally you're falling asleep before midnight. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night and go to sleep and wake up at the same time. After some time, this will put your body in rhythm and you will start feeling a lot better. For me, I found it takes about 3 weeks to flip your sleep schedule. The last thing that is probably mentioned the least when it comes to physical gaming fatigue is eye strain. Let's be real. Our eyes are not meant to look at an artificial bright screen for hours, especially so close to our eyes. That's why when you're on one of the breaks from gaming, try some eye exercises. Generally, try and look at long distances. Even Andrew Huberman recommends these. Just replace the words focused work with gaming.
For every 45 minutes in which you are focusing on something like a phone or a tablet or a book page or your computer, you want to get into magnocellular panoramic vision for at least 5 minutes. And the way that I suggest to do this is actually to take a walk, ideally outside. We're going to talk about ambulation, about movement, and about how that can maintain alertness throughout the day. So for every 45 minutes or so, try and get 5 minutes of relaxing your eyes. This is something that's not often done, especially in today's homeschooling and where people are where kids are going to school by Zoom and adults are working by Zoom. This is a serious problem. People are getting eye fatigue. They're getting headaches. Indeed, some people are getting migraines. They're having all sorts of issues, neck pain. Much of that, if not all of that in some cases, can be alleviated by this 45 to 5 rule. For every 45 minutes of focused work that you do, get 5 minutes where you get outside, or if you have to be indoors, where you can dilate your gaze. Now, some of you may be saying, well, that spits in the face of your 90-minute rule. You've told us before that we should focus for 90 minutes. I would still want you to take breaks within those 90 minutes if you're looking at a narrow piece of visual world, meaning at a phone or a laptop or so forth. And again, the best way to do this would be to go outside, just relax your eyes, look off into the distance. Looking at a horizon will automatically trigger this panoramic gaze, which is very relaxing to the eyes and will allow you to go back into a focused work bout.
Now, if you think that the cause of gaming fatigue is not only physical aspects, but something more psychological, then check out my gaming burnout video where I talk more about mental health when it comes to burning out from video games. And shout out to Dom from Discipline of Improvement for all of his help with this video.